Hello my friends, welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I'm Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. Hey, and thank you for checking out this channel. If this is your first time here, you're in luck because this is the place to be if you love professional wrestling. We are over here talking about WWE, SmackDown, Raw. I don't know why I went in that order. We talk about NXT sometimes. We talk about the PLEs all the time. This is the place you want to be if you enjoy professional wrestling content and if you enjoy talking to other professional wrestling fans about professional wrestling. Do yourself a favor, and actually do me a favor too. Hit subscribe on this channel, hit like on this video, leave a comment down below, because today we are talking about the Wyatt 6. It's finally happened, people. Months and months and months of a QR code popping up on our screens where we'd run over the TV, scan it with our phones, open up whatever the hell it brought us to, watched whatever they wanted to show us, read whatever they wanted to tell us. We finally got the Wyatts, Uncle Howdy and his group of friends, family, whatever they want to call themselves. They're on Monday Night Raw. So it looks like the group is kind of what we expected. It's got Bo Dallas as Uncle Howdy. It's got Dexter Lumis. It's got Joe Gacy. It's got Eric Rowan, and it has Nikki Cross. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that only 5 people? Why are they calling themselves the Wyatt 6? Well, first of all, I think it's a double entendre, okay? They're calling themselves the Wyatt 6, as in S-I-C-K-S. They're sick. They're sick individuals is what I'm taking it as. But it also plays with the number 6. So, yes, there are 5 members, but I'm thinking about it, and I'm wondering if maybe Alexa Bliss is the 5th or the 6th, or maybe Braun Strowman becomes the 6th. I don't know. Or maybe the Lantern is considered the 6th member, because the Lantern, at least the way I interpreted it, as when I watched on Monday Night Raw, the very ending, how the Lantern started on the stage, and it was Nikki Cross who came crawling out, and she was crawling towards the Lantern. It's almost like the Lantern is a member within itself, because it's like its own entity. It's like it's attracting people, bringing them to the light. It's like, everybody eventually gravitated to the light. They were all off doing their own things, and then eventually all 5 of them came up towards the light. So maybe the light, the Lantern, maybe that's Bray Wyatt's like spirit, or maybe it's the Fiend, or maybe it's something maybe having to do with that. And then maybe Alexa Bliss just has nothing to do with the Wyatt 6. Or maybe if she comes in, maybe she kind of helps lead with Howdy, just because like the way she was when she was with Bray. She was kind of like Bray's like right-hand person. She had the doll, and she was helping the Fiend out. So maybe Bliss comes in like that, or maybe she just doesn't come in at all with the Wyatts. By the way, I remember mentioning in other videos before that I did not like the way Uncle Howdy looked. I didn't like the mask, the top hat, the way the hair looked. I didn't like the jacket. I didn't like any of the way it looked. I was hoping they would have changed it, and my God, am I glad that he looks a lot better. Uncle Howdy looks 1,000 times better now, at least what I saw on Monday Night Raw, than what he used to look like. I just was not a fan of the old look, and I'm thinking, like, if this is going to be a main character, if he's going to be the leader of this faction, of this stable, I need to be able to look at him and not think it looks goofy as hell. And it looks good now. I love the way it looks now. And he actually talks now. I mean, he's going to have to. He said that we're here before he blew out the Lantern. So, whereas before, Uncle Howdy kind of just lurked in the shadows and kind of just was just there. So I'm definitely happy the way he looks. I honestly, I'm happy with the way they all look. They all came out looking amazing. I mean, I don't know how much of the persona they're going to take after, like, Huskus the pig, and then you got the bird, you got Abigail the witch, like, I don't know how much of that they're going to take after or they're going to like absorb, but they're definitely dressed like they are resembling those characters. So, don't know. It's interesting. We're going to know more about where we go from here. I think on the next Raw, we might get like a very vague, like kind of like a buying time type of backstage vignette or promo or something. I don't know who they will immediately go into a storyline feud with. It's hard to tell, because they teased a massacre was coming, and there definitely was a massacre. They destroyed everybody in the gorilla position before coming out to the stage. And for some reason, when the camera's going through and we're seeing everybody laying on the floor, I mean, there's blood on the wall. I mean, it looked like a massacre. There were plenty of people who you could barely kind of make out who they might be. But then there was one glaring person who they zoomed in on that you definitely know who it was. And that's Chad Gable. And for some reason, Chad Gable looked like he took a bullet shot to the head. I don't know what that's all about. Because if Eric Rowan, who's playing the rabbit, has that like mallet in his hand, I don't think if he hit Gable in the head, it would have looked like that. But who knows? Other people who I think I might have seen, maybe Seth Rollins. I think I saw Gunther Kaiser. There's a guy there that looked like Carmelo Hayes, but he's on SmackDown, so I don't really think that was him. I don't know. It was kind of hard to tell for some of them, and I think that was intentional. But the one they definitely wanted to show us was Chad Gable. And if you think about it, earlier in the show, Chad Gable was talking to Alpha Academy, and near his locker, there was a little rambling rabbit there. If I'm remembering correctly, I could have sworn I've seen that there. And it's something I didn't catch until afterwards when I went back and I saw it there. So maybe it's like these are like the little hints that they're dropping of who they're going to go after. Because I saw some screenshots of like when Rollins was cutting a promo in the ring when he let off the show. And like in the back in the rafters almost, there was like a silhouette of Uncle Howdy. And I'm like, damn. Are they just dropping hints throughout the show of like who their targets are going to be? That could possibly be what's going on there, and I'm cool with that. I just want to take this faction serious. I want to really get behind them because honestly, it's a faction full of people who were never main event stars, and that's no disrespect to any of them. I'm not saying they're bad talent because they're not. It's just none of them were main event level superstars like Bray Wyatt was, like Alexa Bliss was, when she was winning the women's championship and everything. So, I mean, you got a group of individuals who are talented. You have good minds on it. I think Bo Dallas has a very good mind, and we're going to learn more about that as we go forward. And I think there's a ton of potential here. Because when they attacked people backstage, it was good guys and bad guys. Like, it was not like, oh, we're a heel faction, so we're only attacking the good guys. No. They attacked anybody. So I like that. I want them to stay there in that element. I want them to stay attacking whoever they want, whether they're good or bad, whether fans cheer them or not. And then I want to see where we go from here. Can we get an interesting story with this feud? I kind of wonder who will fight them. I wonder who will band together. You guys remember back when the Shield was here? When it was straight up just like early days, Rollins, Reigns, and Ambrose. Do you remember when they would fight like trios of just superstars thrown together? Like at one point it was like Sheamus and John Cena and Ryback, who are clearly not a team, not a faction, but they joined forces to face this powerful and dangerous group. Are we going to get something like that against the Wyatt Six? Are we going to get groups of people who have no connection to one another other than the fact that they're just trying to defeat this dangerous group or trying to get back at them for targeting them? I wonder if we're going to get that. I wonder if we're going to get a collection of people just coming together for the same reason, even though maybe they're not friends or whatever. I do find it interesting that they attacked Chad Gable and that we got a zoom in on Chad Gable. And it's coming on the same night where Alpha Academy basically walks out on Gable. So what does that mean? Are they just facing Gable straight up? Does Gable try to get Alpha Academy back to help him out? It's not really going to help because Maxine's hurt. Does Chad Gable try to reach out to Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers? Because then you would have the numbers pretty much evened out. Is that a way we go? Do we get Gable who tries to recruit people? Or maybe we just don't go Gable at all. Maybe that was just whatever. Who knows what that was? Maybe the Wyatt Six feud with other people right out of the gate. I just found it strange. And the fact that Rollins was included, if I saw him correctly, I could have sworn I saw Rollins. Which, by the way, I wanted to make a video about Raw and talking about this, but because this is such a big deal, I'll just make a separate video talking about things that happen on Raw. So be on the lookout for that. Turn the notifications on if you don't have it on, so that we can talk about Raw in another video. But for this video, it's strictly just the Wyatt Six, Uncle Howdy, how everything's looking. I just want it to be worth it. I want it to be worth our time. We've invested in this, scanning the QR codes. I still think there's a story to tell within the group of how they came about. We've only seen like texts or things written down or cryptic videos. So it'd be cool to see more of this, even if it's just them talking it out and explaining to us what's going on, which they can't. They shouldn't, if they go that route, they shouldn't go for it that long, because then people are going to be like, okay, we get it. When are you fighting somebody? So if they don't feud with somebody right away, I'm expecting to see a couple of weeks worth or a few weeks worth of just like vignettes backstage or like promos, packages put together explaining who's who, what's what, why they're doing what they're doing, what did they mean about this thing or that thing that they said in those QR codes that they put out for us. The whole therapist thing, what happens with that? Like, I think there's some stuff we got to go through first before we jump right into a rivalry, but who knows? We'll see where it goes. And does this leave Chad Gable off TV for a little bit? I don't know. Either way, very exciting. Very glad that they're back, or that they're here, I should say. I can't wait to see where this goes with all of them. I hope I hope it's not. And I hope I'm not getting anybody upset here. I hope it's just not like corny or cheesy. Like, this is a big deal. Like, we're carrying on something that was phenomenal. With Bray Wyatt when he was in control of the whole Wyatt thing, the Fiend thing. He had a brilliant mind. From what I hear, is that Bo Dallas is very similar, if not more, I guess, sadistic in his mindset when it comes to stuff like this, creative-wise. So who knows how much say Bo has in all of it? If Bo has a lot of say in what goes on with this character and this faction, then maybe we're in good hands. Maybe we just got to let it play out and see where it goes, because this has the potential, I feel like, to be something huge. I hope you will let me know what you think. Everybody who has supported this channel, I can't thank you enough. I truly do appreciate you. I just hope this keeps on going. Like, if you don't mind just leaving a like on this video, it does a lot for the channel. It does a lot for the video. I've noticed the last video got a good amount of likes, and then I've noticed that it's gotten a lot more views, because that's what the likes do for the channel. That's what it does for these videos. It helps push out the video to people who are not subscribed to this channel, and maybe if they're wrestling fans, it shows up on their YouTube home page, and then they can be like, oh, what's this? And they come watch us here at Wicked Bitter, and then boom, they're all part of the family. We have our own Wicked Bitter family here. We have our own Wicked Bitter community. We talk in the comments. We do emails. You guys know the deal. But anyway, I appreciate all of you. I try not to give the sales pitch too hard. But yeah, hey, and speaking of the streaming, I wanted to stream Raw, but I guess YouTube has to go through like a verification or like a process first before I can actually do it. So I'm hoping maybe I can stream Friday Night SmackDown tonight. If I do, I really hope you're there. We could all watch it live together at the same time. We could all talk together at the same time. That'd be fun. But yes, please leave a like on this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the Wyatt 6. Let's try to keep it to some Wyatt conversation or the Uncle Howdy conversation in this video. And then when I put out the Raw one, we could talk about Raw there. But give me your thoughts. What do you think is next for this group? Who do you think they target? What are we going to see in the next few weeks? Yeah, until then, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your week. Be on the lookout for that video. It's going to come out. I most likely will put that one out tomorrow about talking about Raw. We got some things to talk about on Raw, too. So definitely check that out. I appreciate all of you. Until we yeet again, my friends, stay bitter.